Hey everyone, Bigfoot here. Even I know how important a strong financial foundation is. Talk to Francisco, Dimitriv, or Felix at DMF Agency to get started.
Life insurance. Do I need it? What is it good for? What's the purpose of even me having life insurance? These are questions a lot of people ask themselves. They always hear about it. Is it something they need to have in case something happens to them so they can bury them and the families don't have to pay for the funeral? Well, that's a type of a life insurance. The thing is, the life insurance will be something that you should have in your financial planning foundation through your household, okay? Today we're going to talk real quick about term life insurance, okay? One good thing about term life, as we look into it, a term policy is going to give you a coverage for a period of time. A term is a term. That's why the word term is only for a term period. Anywhere from 10 years up to 35 years, depending on the carrier. Okay, so you're gonna get a coverage anywhere between 10 years and 35 years when it comes to a term policy. Now, what is the beauty about that? The thing is, for example, let's say you're 35 years old, right? And then you want to take a 30-year term policy. That means you're going to be covered up to the age of 65. Let's say this person right here, right? This person right here ended up taking a 30-year policy for $500,000. That means if he or she dies between the age of 35 and the age of 65, the carrier is going to pay them the $500,000. That's mostly what a term policy is. What's the beauty of this policy? Well, this policy has a lot of potential. They're very good in place if you want to cover a specific asset for a period of time. Let's say you bought a house. You want to make sure if something happens to you or your spouse, your mortgage is going to be paid off because there's no more income coming in from that person. Another thing you want to look into, you might be looking at investment properties. You might be looking at some type of loans or anything like that you were able to you want to make sure secure and say something does happen, the financial foundation is already set in place to be there to be protected. One thing about term policies, they're very inexpensive. These type of policies, they're due to the fact that for a short period of time, they don't cost that much compared to what it is a whole life or index universal life. Okay? Of course, your medical, your age, smoking, non-smoking, all those factors comes into play when we're looking at getting you the right policy. But it's something you want to make sure you keep in mind. Now, you want to find out how much life insurance you might really need? Okay, as we look into how much policy you're really looking at having. So we're going to look into a family foundation, a family, let's say husband, wife, right? And they say they got 2 little kids. Let's just go that scenario right now. Let's say husband has 35 years, wife has 35 years. Kids, let's say 8 and 6. Okay, let's say those are the age. Male, female, 35. A kid of 8 years old, kid of 6 years old. Let's go with that foundation on. Now, let's say component of the household. What is this household composed of? So the household is going to have mortgage. Let's say they bought a house. They owe $350,000 or more. Let's say same time income. Okay. Let's say husband income. Let's say roughly 60K. Let's say wife income, same thing, 60K. Okay, should we go with that? We already got the 2 children on it. Now, let's go how much total debt they will have. Husband, let's go with the husband then. Let's say he has a car payment, he probably has a loan, a couple of credit cards. Let's say about $40,000 in debt. Spouse. Okay, we're already here at $60,000 of income. Let's say how much debt she could have. Same thing. Let's say our average about $40,000. Okay, so same thing. Let's just go. Each of them has about the same amount of debt on the whole aspect. We say we got 2 children, right? So now for the kids' education, we usually want to take, since they're about very young, you're looking at about $150,000 to get into school, college, on the fees. Most likely it's going to be more money than that, but averagely it's going to be about $150,000. So let's say 150. So that's 150,000 times 2 kids. That equals $300,000 worth for children's education. Okay. Let's just put that here so we know. Child ed. Okay? This is how we're going to find out how much life insurance you need to have in your house. Okay? So, seeing this matrix right here, having your mortgage of $350,000. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and use the red for the husband. So let's go with the husband right here. The husband goes, we're going to do him right here like that. The husband's, and let's do the wife right here. Okay? So let's say right here, they're both holding it. Let's go, there's a division right here. So we got 350 of the mortgage, right? We got 60K that he's bringing in of income. We want to do that times 10. So let's do that right there, that's 600,000. Okay? Now, $40,000 in debt. And we got about $300,000 on child's education. Okay, so we see the husband has $350,000 for the mortgage. This is the mortgage. This is going to be his income. This is going to be his debt. This is his child. All right, so as we look at that, 350 plus 300, 600, 1,200. So he needs $1.2 million of life insurance to cover. Wife, we're looking at about the same amount. Same thing, right? We're looking at 1.2 million. So this is just a regular math just to give you understanding how we be able to get it. As we see a 1.2 million, that's what they're going to be having to cover. Why is it so much? Because like I said, we want to make sure the income's replaced time 10 years. All right? Why do I mean by that? If something happens to the husband, this money's coming to the house. So the house right now, if you come think about it, the house has $120,000 of income going in to this property. This family structure brings us 120. If something happens to either one of them, right? This drops to 60,000. Automatic. That's a big change when you're looking at having. That's a big change in the household. When you look at into it. So if something happens to your house or your family, your plans, whatever family plans you have currently set in place, this right here is going to be able to make a big drastic change to your family. Having a life insurance policy in place, okay, right here, will give you that protection on it. Will give you that sense of security on it. So let's say, God forbid, something happens to the husband. Boom, husband's gone. The only thing out of this equation that is gone is the husband and the income that he was bringing to the house. So that means that $60,000 a year are gone, okay? The husband is gone, the money is gone, the bills are not gone. His debt is still there. The children indication is still there. The mortgage is still there, okay? So all those factors are still there that the spouse, the wife, okay, the wife has to deal with. She has to deal with all this stuff right here. All of it. She has to be able to take care of all this stuff. So that $1.2 million that the husband was able to get on life insurance is going to be able to cover all this right here for the wife. Which means now that the husband passed away, right? All this is wiped out. Boom. Mortgage is paid off with that 1.2 million. His debt is paid off. $150,000 for college for the kids are paid off, right? And not only that, she's also on this family plan. She has $600,000 of income that he left behind. So technically 60,000 times 10 years. So that means he left her 10 years worth of his income for her to get back on her feet and eliminated all the debts and everything on it. All right. This allows the spouse to be able to move forward with the family plan, with her kids, and keep moving forward to what you guys had established as a family goals. Granted, the husband's not here anymore. But one thing as a provider, we want to make sure that families are taken care of. The family foundation, the family goals,
family planning is a structure. You guys are your own business. You got to make sure you have the right things in place to ensure a security foundation is established, okay? But term life insurance gives you that temporary coverage while you guys achieving that goal. There's other type of policies out there that we're going to be going over, but if term life insurance is something that you are looking at having, it's something inexpensive that you can get put into your family planning and make sure to have it established in a way that you guys can cover and have the right structure set in place. If you guys got any questions, want to know more about it, send me a text, send me a call. Let's call, be able to sit down, okay? Looking forward to speaking to you guys and get you guys established with a good family foundation. Success for the best.